You're deep in a code base and suddenly you stumble on a comment. Yeah, the legendary "I gave up but it's fine now" comment. It's like a warning label for future developers. Here be dragons. Here's the real question. Why are comments like this so common? What if I told you the comments themselves are often a code smell? Wait, what? Aren't comments supposed to make your life easier? Sure, but sometimes comments are just a duct tape holding your messy code together. I'm going to show you why relying on comment might mean your code has deeper problems, and how to fix it so your future self won't curse you out in 6 months. Why don't we take a little tour through the kind of comments we've all seen. Number 1. The Captain Obvious comments. Thank you, Sherlock. Without that comment, I'd never guessed that names.addAlice adds Alice to the list. Number 2. The apologetic comments. Translation: I've given up on life and I'm hoping this code just disappears. Spoiler alert, it won't. Number 3. Comments that lie. Hang on there. Get active users is returning inactive users too. Comments that lie are worse than no comments at all. They mislead you into thinking everything is fine. Here's the hard truth. Comments often exist because the code isn't clear. It's like writing little sticky notes all over your messy room to explain where things are. Instead of cleaning up, you're just labeling the chaos. Think about it. If your code is clean and your methods are named well, you don't need comments to explain what's happening. Let's say you see this. On the surface, this doesn't seem that bad, but here's a cleaner version. Boom! Now the code tells you exactly what's going on. No narrator required. Here's when developers, including me, no judgment here, tend to write comments. Number 1. Ambiguous code. You write something super clever but borderline cryptic, and now you need a comment to explain what it does. My brain hurts just reading that. Number 2. Fear of refactoring. Instead of cleaning up code, you add a comment because, well, it works and I don't want to break it. Number 3. Legacy code translator mode. Ever deal with code that looks like it was written by an ancient civilization? Comments become a desperate attempt to decode the scrolls. Number 4. Avoiding proper naming. If you ever write comments to explain variables, it's usually because the names themselves stink, when comments are actually good. Before you panic and delete every comment you've ever written, there are situations where comments are helpful and even necessary. Number 1. Explain why, not what. Comments should add context about decisions, not narrate the obvious. Number 2. Document workarounds or hacks. Sometimes you have no choice but to hack your way out of a corner. Number 3. Complex algorithms. If you're implementing a gnarly algorithm or a public-facing API, comments help clarify intent and logic for others. Here's how to replace comments with clean, readable code. Number 1. Give things better names. Do you really need comments? Isn't this obvious now? Number 2. Extract methods to clarify logic. If your code needs a comment, ask yourself if you can pull the logic into a well-named method. Number 3. Break down long logic. Small single-purpose functions are easier to read than massive blocks of logic. Here's the deal. Comments aren't evil, but if you're using them to explain your code, that's a sign your code isn't pulling its weight. Write clean, self-explanatory code. Use comments to explain why, not what. Refactor messy code instead of slapping comments on it. Next time you start typing a comment, pause and ask, is this comment hiding bad code? If the answer is yes, you know what to do. What's the weirdest or funniest comment you've seen in code? Drop it in the comments below. I promise we'll laugh with you, not at you. Let's make code so good, it doesn't need a narrator. Should I say it? Let's make comments great again.